Warning, this podcast contains explicit language and anything said or done here is for entertainment and informational purposes only. Please kindly do not take it personally. It's all for good fun and it's all jokes. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the internet? Welcome to LWWF, gloriously your favorite podcast in the world. This is season 2. Yes, Woo! You're unplanned, but yet very welcome to season 2. Round of applause, round of applause. Woo! Round of applause, today you can see our faces. We're no more in the dark, except, 24. Chego, still in the dark. But we bring you lights from far beyond. You see, we have with me Prince Uche. Prince, can you say, hello to the Grams? Say what's
hello
up
to the Grams.
Famin. The analyst, your favorite analyst, Musa Obed. Say hello to the Grams. Tell them hi from wherever you are.
Hello to the Grams.
Awesome. And we have Shegosime David, our billionaire. Say hello to the Grams.
Hello to the Grams.
Did you just say hello to the Grams? Hello to the
Grams.
Awesome. All right. So you're not talking about grams of cocaine or any funny powder, but
Bro, nobody thought about that. Nobody.
I'm just saying. So in today's podcast, right? This is the season 2. So we would like to just do we want to start up with basically the rules that we had set towards the end of last year and beginning of this year. They are very interesting rules. They are about 5 at this point. And we'll start up with 1 and something about what we mean by those rules and experiences and different questions around those rules. But I think it would be fair enough for us to just do a brief introduction of what's up all this while that we've been away and now we're starting again. It's how have you guys been? I've missed this. I've missed doing this showbiz. How have you all been?
I got what is showbiz?
Show business.
Okay.
It's too early to disgrace me. It's too early. We just fucking started. You can't disgrace me so early. Relax. Came prepared. So how have you guys been now? How will you describe the last few weeks not on the pod? And what would you say your life has been 1 to 10?
No, 10, man. 10.
Prince, Shaga's 10. Musa, you go.
Positive attitude to life, bro. 10.
That sounds like a diplomatic answer. Prince says no one.
Or more. If I'm to rank it now, or more. Since our last episode, life has dealt with me this year, but it has been quite interesting. So I'll give it a 10.
I'll agree with you, honestly. I'll say mine. I'll give mine a 6, 7-ish. The thing is that during work hours, I'm usually a 10 on a regular day. But it's the last episode now, I'll say 7-ish. Yeah, you keep moving forward. That's what Tanjiro said. So it is what it is. So now, with that being out of the way, I think let's get started with rule number 1. So as you go on, you tell us your week. How was your week? And then you then go rule number 1. Who's going first?
Me.
All right, shoot.
How was my week? Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, life is happier. Life is good. That's the way. The week has been beautiful. Coming back to full fitness, and then trying to catch up and also try new things. There's some things I cannot now see, but the week has been top. Awesome week. Awesome
week. Prince, how was your week?
My week have been...
Is Prince here?
I'm talking, can't you hear me? Musa, can you play the music for Egop? I need to challenge.
Please, someone should play the music. That girl is a welcome, please.
Bro, my phone is recording too.
So for our new listeners, every time someone's network hooks them, we always like playing Mannequin Challenge, like Black Beatles by what's the name? Richemond. So I mean, I'm using my other phone as my other device, so I can't really play the music right now. But next episode, definitely we're going to get that on the soundboard for every time someone's network goes off.
Thank you, Jesus.
Welcome. Musa, you know the funny thing? With this video format, no one can say, hey, it's not my network, I didn't crack. Evidence,
Bro, not in the open.
Egg up, hello.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you know the funny thing? When I'm on a call with him on WhatsApp, he will not be telling me that like I call with everybody, there's no problem. But when it's not your turn, that like that's when the network is a problem. Now I have my witness.
So my week has been different. That's what I'll say. So my mom came over to just holiday over here. So I've still been trying to figure out my stuff, trying to work on what I'm working on, and trying to spend time with her. So it's just about priority, you get. So a lot of times, let's say I have some meetings, I have some deadlines that day. She understands that, but I still want to spend time. So I'll still go out with her, and I mean, I'll still get it done that day, even if it means I'll get it done by 1 a.m. But my obligations, I still get them done, but I don't just prioritize them for time with her. That's what the week has been so far. And yeah, I guess that's it.
Okay.
How about you, Musa?
Nice.
How's your week?
Yeah, but he has not answered about like, so are we going to go through week first and then talk about like rule number one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
This week, like honestly, the past one has been very trash. Like very, very difficult. I can't even lie. Like I like, very difficult. Let's just leave it at that. I don't want to go into details, but there are better days ahead. So yeah. Difficult in terms of like work, difficult in terms of like lack of rest. Difficult because I don't really get to do like the things I enjoy as much. So it's just a turbulent season, but it gave Jah the glory.
Yeah. I go up.
Active. My week has been a mix of different things. I think I'm having a series of existential crisis period where like I keep having, different what am I doing in my life moments, like a lot. Like it has been happening a lot. A lot of what am I doing in my life, what have I done in my life. So I think one of the biggest things that helped this week is that I kept running every morning, like just wake up, run, come back. That has been a lot more like, it helps me like doing one thing. Yeah. But all in all, I'd say it is not the worst week yet. I'm doing some things at work that I hope I'm done with and I don't have to do it again. But yeah, that's it.
Yet sounds like you're anticipating the getting worse. Just say it's not the worst.
In life. It's not in life, it's like this. You don't know when you go like this and come back. So yes, they're active. Preparation is preparation. I don't know what that means, but hustler mindset.
It flows. Hustler mindset. Locked in. Yeah.
Locked in. So rule number one.
Wait. Let me first give the introduction. So we have a bunch of creed. We don't call it rules, it's creed. It's things that we hope to live by.
Yeah, by the way, there's a creed that we're not going to talk about too.
Yeah, of course.
There's one that we cannot say.
Yeah, so for the start of the season 2, I mean, as we're starting online, we are just going to discuss, every episode, we're going to discuss one creed, except one of the creeds that is obviously secrets, inner circle stuff. But yeah, this episode, we're going to talk about rule number 1. That is creed number 1. The next episode, we're just going to talk about creed number 2. When we're done with our creed we live by, then we can go back to usual things of discussing more broadly. So yeah, Musa or Ego.
To do the opening of rule number 1, I said it already, but like, Musa, what's rule number 1?
Rule 1 is don't die, you. Bruh, it's very straightforward. It's, life's like a game. If you play Mario Kart, if you go jump the wall, you don't die. Same principle applies in life. You can only play the game if you have life. Without life, all your aspirations, all your plans, all the thinking, everything no day, it's invalid. So the only way to even have roles to play is by ensuring that you maintain yourself, and remain in the game.
Yeah.
Okay,
Play the
that
game
makes
for as
sense.
long as possible. Don't. Right.
So, first is, did you guys hear like a plane pass by, something like that?
No.
Because I
I
live
hope.
very.
I hope. Okay.
No, calm down. I
I
live
thought
close
you
to
were going
the
to crack a
airport,
joke, man. I thought you were going to crack a joke.
No. It's just episode 1. We'll keep the 9/11 jokes for later. But I live close to the airport here, and there's a lot of airplanes passing. So I wanted to just make sure that the sound doesn't affect the audio. That's why I did not say nothing. Moving on. Don't die. What does that would mean to me? I mean, it's quite common sense. If we're talking about rules or creed that we choose to live by, now who they are alive, they live by something in simple terms. So don't die I feel every one of you with your friend groups, you should sit down and have a creed that you live by. That way you understand, okay, we have principles here. We like Coke, but we don't like malt. Something like that. I don't know. Yeah, so this is our first creed, and I feel everyone should adopt it as their number 1 creed in their friend groups. Yeah. Musa, sorry, Shego, what does it mean to you?
Rule number 1, don't die. Right. There are many things that rule can mean. First off, why will you die? Literally. Why will you die? Then, I mean, you can't get to where you want to be if you die. And then even if you now get what you want, imagine making your $1 million and you are dying. Why the fuck are you dying? Why did you suffer just to die? So I think it's just...
As a man, you are not allowed to die.
Yeah, I've watched too much of that guy's content.
You're not allowed to die, so but like, come on. You just have to be careful. Take risk, but don't take stupid risk like riding the bike down the stairs and
Subtle shit.
do what you can control.
Yeah,
basically.
I felt it. I think that rule is very interesting, to be honest, because I remember the day I spoke about that thing with, I think it was Musa or somebody, where it started from Joseph, right? Like Joseph became whoever, damn, Nigeria has done it. Joseph became whoever he became by simply not dying. Like you could see from his story, right? From his father's house to inside the house to inside the well to almost knocking the king's wife. Like, bro, that would have been the epic part of the story. You get like then to running away from such a moment to then coming back and feeding his own brothers. I think the only thing, the very true common thing here is he did not die. Like that was it. Like as long as the guy nigga didn't die, whatever happened, he could still go on. It's like Madrid. You lose 4 times against Barca, but don't die. Like still be Madrid. If you decide to not be Madrid anymore, you've lost. But like still be Madrid. You may lose the next season too. But like losing 4 El Clasico does not mean you should die. And I think at the end of the day, it means a lot. It also reminds you that you should actually take care of your health. Like by the time you see that your own health is deteriorating, you are already dying, bro. Like you are going bad. You see that everything you are doing every day, my guy, you are sick or you don't go take drugs. You are playing, you are already losing the game by no good. Like I was sick recently, right? And I didn't want to go and take medicine. Inka was in my house. Inka was like, bro, you want to die? It clicked in my head. You sick, you're not malaria kill you, bro. You failed. Of all things to kill you as a man is malaria. It's not.
My guy, malaria kill you. Just forget about salvation.
Too much money.
What?
Just forget it's my guy. They did not invent Amatem before you were born for you to die for malaria, guy. There are better things to be killed by.
Like,
No, wait, but it's not funny,
should
yo.
not
But like
allow
malaria
mosquito.
does, wait, sweet, but like malaria does kill a lot of people. Like there are a lot of people that actually die from. Like that's one of the things that Bill Gates, I think it was last year, 2 years ago, he was really boasting about like the how his foundation has helped in the reduction of people dying from malaria. So it's a legitimate. Like it depends, obviously, like your social class based on access to healthcare. But it's like people be dying, man, of very, very supposedly basic things.
Okay, yeah, that is sad.
Yeah, but like,
So-
if you should die of malaria, bro, I'll laugh. I don't think I'm gonna cry. Like, I'll first laugh, then I'll now
What?
like I'll laugh.
You laugh
man,
at my
like,
death.
yeah, like if you were
This
to die
nigga
of
will laugh
malaria, like your dangerous activities
What?
will not kill you, but it was malaria that came and killed you. I'll be like, oh man, like
Yeah. Okay. Now, without point of view, without point of view, I understand where you're coming from now. I do.
But you say,
It's an inner something. I do.
I don't know. Ego, if you feel like the malaria is that strong, just start doing all the things you wanted to do that can kill you. That way, it's win-win. Either you die of something cool, or
exactly that way you change the narrative. Maybe go skydiving and then don't pull the parachute or something. You get like he died from parachute failure.
Yeah.
That one is like, oh,
exactly. Die like Okonkwo from Nollywood. You die like Tom Cruise. Difference. Nah, smallest.
That will be an epic death, bro. I have a question for you guys, right? And here's my question. My question is, if you take yourself, right, 2 years, not 2 years is too small, like 4 years back, your age now -4, right? Just do that. Your age now -4. You 4 years back with whatever age you are now. And you look at the life you live right now, everything in between, the country you are in, your health status, like your account balance, your behaviors, the good and the bad things that you have done and you do right now. Would you want to live your life?
Is that common or full stop?
That's the question.
Which Reddit thread you find this question for? I've been a Quora, I've been a Facebook group.
To live your life. Would you aspire to live the life you live now?
I want to see your GPT prompts.
Ego, are you sure that's the question? Because you asked it with so much confidence, like it was a very tough, controversial question.
Like the way he started it, like I was like,
bro.
Yeah, well, I think Prince, you should start. I think I know your response, but like, you should start. Yeah, you should
He
start.
said, so let me try to retrace as his network is coming back. He said, based on how you have lived your life so far in the last 4 years, if you look at everything you have done, your good and bad decisions, do you want to live your life? What kind of suicide intervention are we doing today? Ego, people, if you need help, blink twice, I beg.
It's going to be like, what was the other film? The Dream Inside Inception. It could just be like Inception. You go pull the chair. You go tip yourself, wake up from the dream. You go come out from
you think you want to live your life? Like, Ego, if you are depressed, blink twice. We'll end the corner.
No help center.
Are you sure? There's no.
So what's the answer? What's you guys' answer to that question?
First things first, but Ego, you said that your week was tough. I did not know it was this tough. Guy, I don't know what's making you thinking about. I don't know, guy. The answer is very direct. Yes, we want to live our lives, please. We would like to discuss.
But I think a way to say is that like, probably like a way to paraphrase the question, right, is that taking into account all that you have experienced so far, is this the life you would have wanted to live? Would you have wanted to live another kind of life? In sense of maybe for you, Prince, now, instead of, finishing masters directly and then not going into PhD, had it been you entered PhD after masters directly, do you think your life will be different? Do you think that route will be different? I think that's like the perspective. I think for egg up, right, is that like okay, what was your life 4 years ago?
You lost it.
I don't even know. I don't like Ife. Like he just left Ife, so I don't think anything has changed.
No, but a lot has changed now. That time he had some cases. Was talking to lawyers. But yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
And he was pretending he was a graduate. Now we know he is, but he was pretending before. But yeah, Prince, like over to you. Also, like taking to I want to ask you about the visa stuff that Trump is messing out with you guys, 100K. But answer the question first.
Now that you mentioned that before the question, my answer has significantly changed. You just had to do inception and add a huge factor.
When I saw that, did you know the first person that came to my mind? I was like, oh shit, Prince. I was like, oh shit, Prince.
All I'll say, Ba, is I try my best. The only thing that I don't want on my deathbed or as an old man is regret. So the way I live my life is that at every moment in time, I try to make the best possible move at that moment. So, for example, obviously in retrospect, like in the future, you know that you're quite dumb going to that university or whatever, for example, for someone example. But you can't blame yourself. You can't blame yourself because as of the moment you made decision, you made the best possible decision to yourself. So I try to live my life that way. You mentioned PhD. Yes, I'm not currently in PhD. I should have been in PhD by now. But I told myself that in the next 1 year, I can do miracles by God's grace. And I did not go for PhD last year. And now a young man is going to start applying for PhD now. Will I regret? No. Because as of the moment last year, when I said I'm not going to push PhD, I made the best possible decision to myself as of then. That way I have no regrets. That is the only thing I'm scared of, regrets. So I'm not encouraging infidelity or anything, but if you know that it will cause regrets, say sorry. That's all I'll say. Instead of saying what if, say sorry. If you want to ride down the stairs on bicycle, ride down and break your leg. It's better than being old and saying, I wish I rode downstairs on bicycle in my 20s. So whoever I'm referring to, yeah.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Like, I don't know who you're referring to, but I would encourage that person to do the same thing. Like go to Kerishi Mountain, go to the mountains in Kerishi and climb it. Like, actually ride on it. That's how you know you are living your life. At least you are doing what your imagination is feeding you. What's your answer to this question?
A health insurance agent should be watching this.
I don't know. Feel free to jump in. Who should be watching it, Prince?
As you're talking, Prince, so like, I mean, sorry, for the next 2-3 months, I will be talking about Taleb a lot because I'm currently reading him. So I've actually just finished like Fooled by Randomness. But what you just said, like, so I've started like, Black Swan.
Lovely book.
And in Black Swan, like in the first, so I'm still like in the prologue, reading the prologue. But he said that like aggressive tinkering is the best way to find Black Swan events. Like aggressive, like try and error. That's the only way you can find like Black Swan events. That's the only way you can find like the big opportunities that has like, like huge upsides at the end of the day. So that perspective, I think like is very, very solid. The question I have, right, is that like, when you remember our conversation like some weeks ago, whereby you were saying that, if you know that you had to fail 1,000 times to succeed, how fast will you fail? So technically, like each time you fail, you know that you're one step closer to like the actual breakthrough. So how fast are you actually going to fail? So I think like it's good to have like a quantitative figure of failure. You should actually give yourself like, I want to start a business. I want to fail at 3 businesses. That way, like, that, okay, failing at 1 is not enough. Failing at 2 is not enough. And then, like by the 3rd one, most likely like you get it right. And that, I think, changes like a bit of perspective.
And another thing that you have to take in mind is that, I mean, it's very nice to say 3 failures away. You never really know how many failures, but if instead of going to join a stable company like Google for a job, you say that I want to fail 3 businesses, and the 3 businesses through they fail, and none of them were successful. What we are trying to say here is that you should not regret not joining Google in 2020. You should have known that as of that moment, even though the 3 businesses I was going to start were failures, in retrospect, as of that moment, it was the best possible choice for me, and you have no regrets. That is the
Yeah, because there's no way it's even a failure. Like if you try
Exactly.
3 businesses, if you try 3 businesses properly, not that like, you don't really put
yeah.
effort.
I feel we're going to discuss about failure later. One other, we need like 2 hours of discussion on failure because I'm going to write a book about failure. I'm announcing
Bro, all of us have failed spectacularly.
So the way I write, like, I think the thing that's left for me to do is to write a book. My biography of my life might be named something about failure. I have experienced failure. Failure has sat me down and told me, "Congrats, you are not my organ." So I feel there's a lot to discuss about that. Now back to the death one. Let me try to put this together. Person using the same example, person we don't fail 3 obonge times now instead of joining Google. Dying is the last thing that should be on your mind. It's let me use the casino problem. In a casino, the only way you lose money in reality is by when you stop betting, when you quote unquote die in the casino. So as long as you keep betting, you have not lost. Does that make sense? So I feel like gamblers have one of the best I can do it attitude. And I feel David Goggins doesn't even have as much motivation as gamblers, because a gambler will tell you that I'm willing to lose till I die. Why? The fact that you keep on going back to lose that money, you know the house is against you, but you know that law of large numbers, eventually, maybe it's your third child that will keep on gambling every weekend, that will finally hit jackpot. That is their mindset, and that is the I can do it mindset. So I feel like everyone should have the gamblers.
Bro, wait, pause. We are not in any way supporting or promoting
No. It's the
gambling.
mindset. Of course.
No, neither are we promoting a gambling mindset. Let's be clear.
I'm telling you, if you really want to chase after your dreams, you need to have a gambling mindset. You can't just have you can't just give up. Gamblers don't give up. If you cannot win,
Yeah, just say don't have a non.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Gambling mindset.
Yeah,
Gambling mindset.
no, very different, bro.
There's
Very different
positive-
paradigm.
there's
No.
positive in everything.
No,
A broken
like
clock is wrong, is right twice in a day. That's
okay
the
now. But you have to reach that once or second time. If you die before it, you can't see
Another
it.
thing is that I feel everyone should have some level of anger in them. Like, think about this. Like, listen to me, listen closely. This is the most important part of the podcast. Guy, you have been broke already. I've already experienced poverty. The only way to go is up. Nigga, if you are in debt, you can't be debt. Yes, you can always, the deep can always go deeper and deep off. But you're already debt, you're already minus. You cannot minus. You can
Just
only
towards the minus.
Thank you. So
Towards the minus.
So why will you want to end your life when you're already in minus? The only way to go is up. If you're at the end of a page, the only way you can go is one direction. And people need to understand that. So you should have some level of anger that, see, I've already started this life. I've already been broke. I've already been broken. I've already walked under rain. I've already things like that. And I am so angry that I don't want to keep staying like this. I don't want to die broke. I want to have golden caskets. If that's your motivation, let it be that. And don't die. Don't go and say, hey, I've already lost. You lose when you die. So try as much as possible to stretch it out. When there's a will, there's a way. I mean, what's the name of that KFC man? That is when he's at his old age that KFC blew up and he became rich.
Yeah, I don't want to
So
blow up.
so wait. Let's actually.
I don't want to blow up. I don't want to blow up at my old age. I don't want to be 70 and then my business start taking off.
It's better than committing suicide at 25 from failure.
Yeah, it is better, but like I don't want to be Warren Buffett that make all my money when I'm 60 or 70. Like, it's a good life, but like, bro, I can't skydive anymore at 60. Like,
who says so?
I can barely. Who do not say so? Like, bro, like who did not say so? Like, how many 60-year-olds are flying from a plane? Let's be statistically.
I mean, there is to be a balance. So first of all, like I think using like the black swans as norm, right? Like if we place a Warren Buffett example, or if we place like a Kentucky Fried Chicken man example, right? Like think about the odds of being that guy. so that you also have like a picture of reality. The odds of being like the KFC guy is every other 60-something-year-old that did not open a business that succeeded as his own, which is like one out of probably like, I don't know, like 100 million people around the world. So your odds are one out of 100 million. So be very, 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 very like reasonable also with your risk taking. Like you have to, like risk should follow like a very, very, very like will I say sure outcome. So you still need to work hard at it, right? But like it should not have a net negative. Because if you start a business and you say like, oh, I'm going to be like a Kentucky Fried Chicken at 60 something, and like you've now left all your life, like for 20 years, 15 years, bro, you're going to die a miserable man. And you will not succeed.
You won't, like, the mentality it takes to even be 60 and still trying business alone is otherworldly. Like to still be at 60, 70, tried how many business in your life and still be trying it. Do you know that your family members would have given up on you? By the time you are 35 or you are 40 and you are still trying businesses, I promise you, your own family members will give up on you before then. Maybe your mama will still believe in you, but even she says she will can't tell you in some, like, by then it takes a lot of mental strength to be at that level and still pushing it with no wife, or let's say you mistakenly marry wife, bro, that would be crazy. Honestly, like the unfortunate.
Wait, sorry, did you just say mistakenly marry wife?
Yeah. Oh, do you think women these days are just gonna settle down and marry somebody that they do that has these strings of failures tied behind them?
Wow. I think we need therapy after this.
No, but like the reality is we know that the more you keep trying, the chances that you increase. I know
Okay,
that the more you keep trying, you increase your surface area for luck, right? And you increase your surface area for RL. It's sure. Like you keep making yourself more available to the lucky moments that you succeed. The more you keep trying, right? And as Prince just said, like even though you try, like as Prince just saying the casino stuff now, as long as you keep betting and you keep betting percentage higher than your last bet, you have a potential to win all your money back. It's the same thing. You don't have to die. You just keep going. But by the time you are 50 or you are 40 years old, and you have a receipt of failures, because obviously you would have failed. You would have learned a lot, but you have a receipt of consistent failure. It begins to drive people away. Because also, you as a normal human being with a normal level head, you will not want to be attached for too long with somebody with consistent failure patterns. Would you?
Personally, this will have to go to the episode of failure because I do not believe that someone that fails properly will fail up to the age of 60 without it.
Bro, I think like very, very, this thing we talk very, very important. If you are failing right, except you're not
you cannot fail to 60.
Like, I put it on my status today. Like I put on my status today, bro, it busted my head. So Angela Okolo from Fit Academy, she posted this thing on her status, which is like about like agency, how sometimes high agency people are some of the stupidest people in other areas of their life. So in specific areas, they are very high agency, but they do not translate high agency to like a lot of areas of their life. Let me give an example. So a lot of people are very, very good at their work. Like hard work, they are very good. They have high agency at their work. But then when it comes to like their health, shit. When it comes to like, even though they have the character and the know-how of being they know how to solve problems for things. But when it comes to solving problems for like health or solving problems for personal relationship or solving problems for this, they don't apply the same like energy and the same mind to it. And therefore they now like actually fail. Like, so I think
all of us.
Yeah, it's everybody now. But so for me, it's like, we don't actually think about it, or me, like I do not actually think about it like that way. We come to the point of acknowledging and accepting that we are failures in such areas. Oh, I've tried. But in your work, if you are giving,
I read the article, by the way.
yeah, like it's very good. Like if you are giving in your work, if you're the kind of person that like they carry no as answer, even if there's 12 problems and 12 times that you have failed, you do it 13th time. It's the same attitude that will take to every other thing. Like in your relationship, it has failed 12. 13th time, uncle. Like in your health, or more, you do not go to the gym. Like you have failed for the fifth consecutive year of not being consistent. The 6th year, uncle. Like the high agency you apply to certain areas, carry that same attitude and apply it. Like in all the other areas that needs help. Like it sounds so basic, but I've not like carried that understanding to other areas before.
Word. Don't die. So
Anyway.
yeah, I like the fact that the topic is morphosizing into something more. than
Waiting.
what was. I'm turning to egg off today. I've taken the whole of egg off. Spewing words.
Don't drag me into your own mistake, bro.
Moving on. So the don't die, for people that are thinking, are we off topic? No, die can be in the sense of give up. That is the reason why we're talking different angles like this. Die,
If you give up, you're dead, bro.
Yeah,
The Matrix has you by the neck.
exactly. So I want to bring back what last week of Friday is. Last week of Friday is 4 comrades in different time zones that are all trying to leave the Matrix. By Matrix, you mean go and watch Andrew Tate's videos and the movie Matrix and come back to watch our YouTube.
No, please. I am not supporting
Please pause.
I'm not-
Like,
I'm not.
like,
We are trying to get financially free, and every week we're all in different sectors. And
Please
every week
say
what
the
we discuss-
Matrix. Remove that Andrew Tate statement. I bet.
Yeah,
Thank you.
of course. Everything is just banter. Moving on. So we're all trying to like make it in our different fields. We are all specialized in different fields and all that. And the thing here is that let's use this podcast itself as an example. Last year we started making audio podcasts and we made 39 episodes. And yes, we have some listeners. Thank you for those of you that are listening. But I mean, we didn't blow up, of course, because there's a higher chance for us not to blow up. But what is the mindset behind this podcast? Hopefully, we never miss a week. We plan to do this till we are all old. This is like a recording diary or whatever. That's why we talk about our weeks and all that. The goal of this podcast is not to blow up and make money. Hopefully, if it blows up and make money, good. But we're all still trying our different ventures to hopefully blow up. The main idea of this podcast is that we are planning to fail every week, calling each episode failure. But we are not planning to die. We're not going to give up and die it out. This podcast will go on indefinitely till either the podcast blow up or our individual lives and career blow up the podcast. But one of them will drag the other one. And we are planning not to die. That is why it's our first mantra. Don't die. Please clap for me. Thank you.
Bruh, solid.
well, with that being said, that
Wow. That girl is a real party.
You know what I love more than his pauses is the fact that he's now whispering, and like I hear like him like being very annoyed.
That's the end of the podcast.